Namyo Vishnupadaya Krishna Pristhaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanto Swami Niti Namine Namyo Vishnupadaya Krishna Pristhaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanto Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gaurvani Pracharine Nirvishesho Shunyavadi Pasyattu Deshatarine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gaurvani Pracharine Nirvishesho Shunyavadi Pasyattu Deshatarine Jayo Radha Madhava Jayo Kunja Bihari Jayo Radha Madhava Jayo Kunja Bihari Jayo Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivardhari Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivardhari Yashodanandana Vraj Jana Ranjana Yashodanandana Vraj Jana Ranjana Jamuna Tira Vanchari Jai Radha Madhava Jai Kunja Bihari Jaya Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityanando Sri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta-vrinda Jaya Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityanando Sri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta-vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jayo Jayo Prabhupada, Prabhupada, Jayo Srila Prabhupada, Jayo Jayo Prabhupada, Jayo Srila Prabhupada, Nitai Gaura, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gaura, Hari Bol, Nitai Gaura, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gaura, Hari Bol. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Gaura Hari. Thank you so much. It says there, Neha Mata, are you hosting this?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Okay. So is we couldn't get a translator. So anybody volunteer for the translation? Otherwise, you just carry on in English. Is that okay with everybody? Everybody? Okay. Can everybody hear me? We good, no?
Yes. One thing, Neha Mataji, who will translate? Prabhuji Mataji will translate.
Prabhuji, Khushbu Mataji was there.
Khushbu Mataji is there?
She didn't come, I guess.
I saw
Please
my
say
wife
something
tried
loud.
to.
Okay, I think Prabhuji Mataji will. Neha Mataji.
So, where are we?
Yes. But can you say some loudly?
Hare Krishna.
Yes.
Yes, Prabhuji, मैंने परिपूर्णा माता से पूछा था तो उन्होंने खुशबू माता जी बोला था, बट वो आए नहीं.
हाँ, बट खुशबू माता जी अभी वो बिजी है, आई थिंक वो ईगो विलेज में, तो इसलिए प्रभुजीत माता जी.
ओके.
बट प्रभुजीत माता जी ज्वाइन किया तो कोई नहीं, मुझे ये करो तो थोड़ा सा स्पॉटलाइट करो तो मैं थोड़ा सा अनाउंसमेंट कर देता हूँ. प्रभुजी फॉर वेडनेसडे आई विल अनाउंसमेंट समथिंग.
Okay, so you'll be there. Hey, I like your haircut. I will starting here. Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prestaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Chinamne Namaste Sarasvati Devi Gauravani Pracharine Nirvise Sasunyavadi Paskacha Desatarine Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Swasati Gaura Bhaktivinoda. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. First, I want to thank you for coming here because you're getting association, but I also getting the association. I love to be part of this little Sangha in here. I pray that this Sangha will grow and more people will come and participate. So today we have a very interesting topic. So journeying to Goloka. In other words, our journey to the spiritual world. You see, like in some other aspects in some other religious denominations, your position just go to heaven. You see, once you got to the heaven, that's it. That's the goal. But what heaven is and how it's divided, and how is different grade of heavenly abode, spiritual heavenly abode. We do not know. We get that in the Srimad Bhagavatam, okay, and the Vaishnava Siddhanta. We're going full English, right? Or we're going to Hindi? We're going full English, right? Yeah.
Yes, Prabhuji, you can continue.
Okay. I'm sorry. It's just memory. It's memory stop. So here we have our Vaishnava process of understanding the journey, the journey of the spiritual living entity. Okay, traversing this material world, going to different positions, going out of the spiritual world. It can be between the spiritual material world, it's called the Brahma Jyoti, and then going to the spiritual world, and they have different levels in there. And this is all part of our journey. We are very fortunate that Srila Prabhupada brought us a tradition that has the ultimate, the ultimate goal of life. And I don't know how people lived in previous ages that they wouldn't have this knowledge and how they cope with that. But I feel very fortunate that I have this knowledge now, and we're practicing, we're going to that goal, okay? And we know all the steps we have to take. So to describe the journey, it said that every soul is on a journey. And this journey is not a place in the sky, but to a realm of pure love, Goloka Vrindavan, the eternal home of Sri Krishna. So this is the soul's original home, right? The soul is Satchid Ananda, eternally conscious and blissful. See, the soul is eternal. There is, there's some happiness to know this, because sometimes we think that at one point I will stop being what I am. I'm stop being. And that is something that causes a lot of stress. Some people, because they don't have proper knowledge of the soul, they suffer a lot. Their non-existence, or the prospect of non-existence, it affects them very much. So therefore, to forget that part, they go fully engaged in the material world, engaged in the senses, in different positions. One, to forget that they don't know the end goal of life, and the other one just to enjoy as much as they can, because they don't know what happened after they leave this material body. Okay? So here we have some quotes from Srila Prabhupada that start to guide our journey. We're all originally Krishna conscious beings, but due to our forgetfulness, we're falling to the material existence. This is Srila Prabhupada. So this is considered the beginning of a journey. This is called the awakening. Okay, the awakening. The first steer in the heart of something that we have to pursue and in devotional, in your spiritual life. The first, awakening in the heart that there is something beyond this material world. You see, I go here, I walk in the park every day. I have to do my walking, it's good exercise. And I see people, they pass me, I don't know why the Malaysians, they all go counterclockwise. I don't know why. I'm the only one going clockwise, in this little pathway in the park. So I see a lot of them. They're talking, their faces, men, women, old ladies, children. So I see, what is it that they're occupying on? what is the thinking? What is the gravitas of these people to understand the spiritual position in this world? You know, people living the daily to-day lives, they're not thinking anything else. You know, maybe a Chinese man that is some kind of a spirit word or the ancestors, and maybe a Christian, there's a little bit of heaven. A Malay, you have like a little bit of a very nice place for them. But how much they understand that? Because the goal is part of the journey, isn't it? When you start the journey, you need two things. You need the starting point, just like GPS. You know, the first thing is, what are you? And the second thing is, where are you going? Isn't it? So the journey is the between these 2 points. So where are you and where are you going? Now, where are you going? It has to be refined. You see, because when you refine that, you become more focused in speed up your journey. It becomes more what you call serious in your journey. If your goal or your end of a journey is not well understood, maybe you don't have the energy or the thoughtful energy to actually go towards that goal. It stays there in the back of the mind, but you're not actually working towards that goal. See, so one of the things here that we have is that it's a very defined goal. And this goal has not just God and us, you see, has the Supreme Lord and us, and the relationship. You see, this is a beautiful thing. And so, just like a sleeping traveler realizing he's far from home, the jiva awakens to his spiritual identity. This is what we're doing here. And what is the thing that awakens that spiritual identity is the incredible mercy of Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He brought to us the holy name, which is Krishna manifest in the sound vibration. We can actually say that personal association with the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Personal. Sometimes people said, those of you that preach and went out and tried to distribute some of the books and engage in a debate, a conversation, sometimes you get those students, of course, that say, show me God. You see, they think they're very smart. And if you cannot show God means it does not exist. Okay? Well, I cannot show you Antarctica and I cannot show you many things. Doesn't mean they do not exist. They're there and you have to have the process to get there. You see? So we have the manifestation, the sound manifestation of the Lord in sound vibration throughout this journey. And it's a beautiful thing. You see, this holy name is our shelter. You know, it gives the sound, it creates like a DNA that gives whatever you need. You know, if you need a little bit of a prosperity, if you need a financial help, if you need a little bit of knowledge, Dadami Buddhi Yogam Tam, Krishna gave you the knowledge by which you can come to him. The holy name brings all together because we can say Krishna in liquid form, like Charanamrita. We can say Krishna in the sound form, the holy name of the Lord. You see, we should meditate in the holy name. Prabhupada said, you hear what you chant, and we have the tendency sometimes not to pay much attention, but it is there, and this part of our journey is the pathway of our journey. Oh, Krishna. Hold on. Okay. So in this journey, we have the compass, right? When we're going somewhere, even if we have our GPS in there, those of you who travel, you put in the car, even walking, there's a little pointed thing in there. It points to north, the red part points to north, and you can see what is north, what is south, east, west. No, it gives you the direction. This is the guidance of Guru and Sadhus. It's like the compass pointed out to Goloka Vrindavan. You see, this is a very important instrument for us. We have the literatures, the Shastras, and then we have Guru, senior disciples, association of the devotees, okay? And we take guidance, and you have a path formed for us. You see, now we all like to travel in a nice road. Just like in Malaysia, the roads are very good. You have experience of Indian roads, you know, since the old time. You know, it's like oh, bumpy. You know, I can tell you, you know, what's the difference that I cannot read a book when I'm traveling in a car in India, but I can read a book in Malaysia when I travel by car. You know, this is not to say something's bad or not bad. You know, you think in Krishna both ways, but we want a nice road. So how is our journey to have a nice road? Well, we have some nice things to help us in this. We'll make this whole the road more smooth. We have Srimad Bhagavatam, we have Bhagavad Gita, we have the association devotees, we have Tulasi Maharani, you see, and we have Prasadam, right? We have Kirtans in the morning, Mangal Artik, Sunday Artik. We have, what else we have? Huh? The beautiful days. And today, in the age of the internet, you can get the darshan of practically any temple in the world. There is a website. You can go on all the temples. You can see the darshan: London, Australia, America, and you know, India. You see, you can have darshan. You see, this is technology is a good thing using for these things. I love it. You see. So this make the road smooth. You see, nice to travel with. Hold on, let me check something here. Okay, okay, I just noticed here, I have to see. So we are still talking the journey, okay? So we have in here karma and jnana process. They're like walking or rowing. Row, row, row. That's a little thing. This is in America. This is pirate and song, you know, row, row. So, but bhakti is like boarding a spiritual plane directed to Goloka Vrindavan. You see, karma jnana is not, you know, it will take a long time for you to come, and your journey it becomes a very long journey. Maybe you don't make it in definitely not making one lifetime. You see, so bhakti is independent. Okay, it doesn't depend in karma, doesn't depend in jnana. You see, it definitely takes us beyond liberation. Okay. Here in the Srimad Bhagavatam, 11, Canto 14, Chapter 20, verse. Bhakti is the vehicle that crosses the ocean of birth and death. So if you talk about a journey, and sometimes in the journey you have to cross a river, you have to cross a mountain, and you know, here the bhakti is a part of the journey that make you cross the ocean of birth and death. You know, this is what you're looking for in here. Okay, so here I'm going to stop a little bit. Not stop now. I'm going to introduce a beautiful personality. This personality is a very interesting one. It's called Gopa Kumara. Who knows Gopa Kumara? From the truly and only Bhagavatamrta. You see, Bhagavatamrta is not just me It's a book. Okay. I remember when I was initiated, 1976, Prabhupada said, your name is Bhagavatamrta Das. Everybody went, Haribol. But nobody knew what the Bhagavatamrta is. You know, we knew Bhagavatamrta, nectar, or Bhagavat, interesting name. So there was a sannyas in there after the ceremony and everything. I ran to him and said, Maharaj, what that means. And at that time, he said, I think it's a book by the Goswamis. He said that, it's a book. There is a Lagu Bhagavatamrita and there is the Bhagavatamrita. The Bhagavatamrita is a story, okay? And here, I'm going to go back and forth, okay, to the incredible story of Gopal Kumar. How the story, because he has a real journey, just like we're having our journey now. Gopal Kumar, he had a real journey. It's being documented in this book, Bhagavatamrita. You may look. I hope if you try to get somewhere in the internet, they give you a proper, translation, whatever it is. So he was a simple cowherd boy from Govardhan. So he receives the Gopala mantra from a saint and begins chanting with innocence and longing. You see? Yes? Somebody says something. Anyway, so he was feeling unsatisfied, see? Because despite his devotion, they traveled through many realms. He traveled through many realms. You see, he will start looking for what he was looking for, and through the power of this mantra, he went to many realms, earthly and celestials. It's a whole book. Actually, it's 3 books, So I'm not gonna give all the books in here. He was seeking a place that his longing and his service would match by his inner mood of love for Krishna. So he had some stops along his journey. You see, he reached Vaikuntha, the spiritual world of Lord Narayana, but still feels something's missing. The intimate, playful love of Krishna is absent. So he goes to Ayodhya, where Lord Brahma is worshipped with deep devotion and majesty, still not his true heart satisfaction, even though Ayodhya is a beautiful place. He reached Dwarka, meets Lord Krishna as a royal prince, but he yearns for the simplicity of cowherd boy life. So ultimately, his pure longing, his sincere chanting, carrying beyond all awe and opulence to Goloka Vrindavan, where he reunites with Krishna. This is our story, okay? So Gopal Kumar, he realized that the essence of the journey, the end goal of the journey is a spontaneous love for Lord Krishna. And this is exactly what we're cultivating in the process of Krishna consciousness. You see, this is exactly what we're doing. This is our journey. You see, each one of us. All right? How do you feel now? Feel good? Okay. So the whole process of Gopala Kumar in Bhagavatamrita is that he mirrors our spiritual evolution from reverence to intimacy, from ritual to pure love. You see, he culminates in the eternal service of Lord to Krishna in Golokha. You see, and by the mercy of Lord Chaitanya, we have this fantastic service we're doing here. We're practicing our journey. But our journey has to be maintained. Just like the road sometimes rains, there's holes. You have to, make the road cap again, put signs in the road, make sure there is proper maintenance. So we maintain our road so we can keep traveling in this journey. One of those things we do is that we have a life in this material world. According to our karma, we have our position, a job, something. Somebody is a doctor, somebody's a lawyer, somebody's accountant. You see, somebody is working in situation, somebody's a businessman. See, we all do, say, our work. We maintain the road so we can keep traveling. Because we cannot, if you don't have a place that, unless of course we are extremely elevated, we can sleep anywhere. We don't have family. We go under a tree and then we can be happy in there. But no, most of the people cannot do that. So we maintain ourselves, with the things of this world. But we live very simple. We live a minimalist life, which is a very big thing now in the West. They're discovering the process of minimalist living, you see, which in other words means the austerity living, but they don't use this word, they use minimalist. It's the minimal things you need without all the accessories that make, clog your life in so many ways. You see, so our journey, we have to maintain that process so we can travel this. And the work we do to maintain the body so it's functioning in a healthy way, intelligent way, we keep our journey in the spiritual process. And that is the process Srila Prabhupada gave us. Okay, I'm just 1 minute. I just want to go back in here. So, okay. So, in the Srimad Bhagavatam, can you hear me? Something said that you can hear me now?
Yes, Prabhu.
It's okay? Can you hear me? Okay, thank you. So in the Srimad Bhagavatamrta, the devotee Gopal Kumar travels to various spiritual stops. Okay, there is a story. He was traveling in the Swarga, and he met very beautiful people. In Swarga, the people there are very beautiful. Beautiful women, beautiful men, they're all very, beautiful people. So he is looking from the outside, and the people are saying, well, come in here and see around. You see what we have in here. And they describe all the wonderful things in here, I'm just paraphrasing a little bit. No, here we have malls, spiritual malls or whatever, celestial malls, and here you can do so many things. Food is good, whatever it is, beautiful places and natural places and everything. And Gopal Kumar was thinking, maybe I should go and see. We're all curious to see different things in the world. It's just like you're going to a tourist place and let's see, well, this a little bit of a tourist attraction here. Let's just check it out. But what happened is he refrained from going because he said, if I go in there and see what you have, it may take me thousands of years. I can be thousands of years stuck in this beautiful place. And this is this is not what I want. The Gopal Kumar, he was a simple cowboy, but he was very smart. You see? So similarly, that's a good lesson for us. Okay? That we don't go and see different, a detour in our journey in devotional service and lose time and treasure in things that is not going to will not be part of our journey. You see, it's not going to be part of of the goal we want to get it. So the best place to be is just always have the goal of our spiritual, let's say, our spiritual journey. This is the best place to be. Okay, and we don't miss that. You know, we have like the guru and advanced Vaishnavas. They are always pointed to that direction. We always be also under the control of the Lord. You see, put ourselves under control of the Lord. So we make sure we don't take detours like Gopal Kumar was about to do, but he didn't do it because he felt, this is not what I want. It's great. It's beautiful. Celestial kingdom. What's wrong with it? You know, beautiful people in there, beautiful places, you know, but I'm looking, I earn for the devotion, for that relationship with the Lord. That was the thing that saved him from deviating from his path. And not just Swarga, in many places he went, the thing that kept him going is that he was hankering for this association with Krishna, you know, and he was not, you know, into anything else to take away that energy and go in something else. No, I don't want to see this celestial. I appreciate it. It's beautiful. I can see it from here. Wow, it looks so good, man. But he doesn't want to go in there. He doesn't want to stay, you know, in the Vaikunthas. He doesn't want to, even though those are actually transcendental places. He definitely passed the what's called the Brahmavadi area, you know, that's between the material and spiritual world. That is the Brahma Jyoti in there. He definitely, you know, went very fast in there because what kind of relationship you can have with Krishna if you just stuck in the Brahmananda, you know, in the white light or whatever. See, and what speak of the material world, you know, what can attract you in there? You see, because that is all temporary, you know, definitely Krishna's not there. So he kept going. So our journey should be in the same. We are hankering for a relationship with Krishna, and that, just like Gopala Kumar, just like that, will keep us always going towards the goal. We're not going to stop and check the Swarga, the celestial abode, the heaven, right? And he'd be stuck in there for a few thousand years because just say hello in there, you know, time's going fast, you know, that start of Brahma, right? Somebody went there, say hello to Brahma. When he come back, thousands of the year had passed. You see? So he felt the same way. If I just take a pic, that will be so much time. Why should I waste this time? You see? So we should consider that too in our lives, that we do things that are necessary to maintain body soul together, but we should also see what the goal is. Okay? Because now let's talk about something that is really, truly part of a journey. To have this relationship with Krishna. You see, to have this relationship with Krishna, to hanker for this relationship with Krishna, right? Just like Jayapataka Maharaj, and say you cry for Krishna. If you cannot cry for Krishna, you cry because you cannot cry for Krishna. And if you cannot do that, you cry because you cannot cry, because you cannot cry, because you cannot cry for Krishna. You see, at one point you cry, you know, and you are like a baby, you know, a baby calf, you know, and the mother always will come for you, always. You know how the mother will not be in the heart. No, my baby's crying. Why? How the mother is not gonna go and hold the baby and see, attend to the baby. You see, we're like that. And that is hankering for that relationship because it's very sweet, okay? And we are practicing that relationship right now as we speak by engage in devotional service. We're practicing that. Now, to accelerate that relationship and become a, what you say, a devotee that attracts the attention of the Lord is when we attempt to do distribute the vast knowledge of Krishna consciousness to other living entities. Because once you start doing that, and you're doing in a way the capacity that you can do it in your own position, in your own life, once you start preaching, you see, you start actually, I don't like the word preaching too much because it's like some type of forcefully convincing people something. But once you start teaching, this, because in the Bhagavad Gita, Krishna said, those who teach the secret to the devotees, very dear to me. It's like teaching, it's like preaching. You see, so we become teachers, but become teachers like mothers, fathers, like brothers, sisters. You see, friends. That kind of teachers that people look up to you for what you have, because you have the light of the world. You have something that is valuable. Sometimes they can see. Sometimes, most of the times, they can see it's something this person have. Your demeanor, your posture, the way you act. People see you different. In the party, you're sitting there, quiet, you're not engaged, in all this behavior of false happiness, and all this, exuberance of, false happiness, and, because the party, the school, you had to go, you sit quietly, and, you're very reserved, and people see, what is it with this person? You see, you have something, then I want it. People want to be part of a journey too, you see? And you're gonna, just like we saw in the beginning, you want to do the awakening of these people. You want to awaken them up for something beyond themselves to the path of devotional service. They're going to start their own journey. And Krishna will be you'll be, what do you call, you'll be recognized by the Lord. You see, you'll be recognized by the Lord. We have before, we have discussed in the podcast, the Lord, He gave the living entity free will. Go the material world, fulfill your desires. And the living entity, but if you're there forcing me to love you, that's how. And the Lord said, no, you'll be free to do what you want. You have to deal with the consequences of that, because everything works the certain way. And you cannot just freely do whatever you want. When you drive the street, there's red light, gotta stop. You see, I'm so powerful here, I'm a little God, I don't have to stop. But then there's another little God coming the other way, and you also don't want to stop, and you crashed. And two little gods had a big headache and a high insurance premium. You see, so even little gods in this material world, they have to follow some rules. Just like Krishna said in the Bhagavad Gita, I, the Supreme Lord, I follow the Vedic principles. If I wouldn't follow, who would follow? The big boss not following, how we would follow him. So, so we have the limitations in our manifestation of our godlike ahankara in this material world. You see, so the Lord, He won't interfere with our desire to enjoy this material world. He'll be Paramatma, He'll be witnessing everything. Like the two birds, one is eating, the other one is witnessing in the tree. You see, but the Lord, He loves the living entity. He loves us more than we love Him. Can you believe it? So He sees the devotee going behind his back and inspire that devotee to awaken them in devotional service. He become immediately recognized by the Lord for that service. And this is what each one of us are doing. When we take our position and we teach this Krishna consciousness to the people. The best way, of course, is to do in a book format. Remember, I still want to do the book. And I have a lot of intelligent people here, and I want us to organize. I got the BBT to agree to have book price. That is the price is they sell the temple sell for one price, there's a price they sell to the temple. The temple make a little margin. Of course, they live off the books. So we're also going to get temple price, which is very good for us. And we can, distribute books and it's good. I'm thinking to do, something in that line, help everybody to distribute books. Once you do, I told you before, about 2 weeks ago, I distributed one Chinese Gita. I felt so good. One Gita, Bhagya, what is this? You are the champion. Now you are what? Like a little, spider, but it feels good, and I have to check, my friend Felix and see how he's doing with that Gita. So this is part of a journey. Our journey is to awaken people to their journey. See, this is a beautiful thing. You see, we have to awaken people to understanding that this is the path that they have. But whatever they like or not, whatever they agree or not, we all have a path. We're following a path. Now, some people know that. Some people, they just living life day to day. They don't think anything. Here's my paycheck on Friday, at least in America. Every week, they get a paycheck on Friday. By Sunday, mostly it's suspended, in whatever party they went. And, Monday start everything again. And sometimes they hate that, cycle of birth and death, of financial birth and death. See? So, we have to make people aware of that. This is we're teachers, to make people aware. To that effect is a book. It's a book that's the participation of the book. I think that each one of us came to Krishna consciousness because of book. You see, right? Because of book. I remember my first book, Easy Journey to the Other Planets. I don't like this planet. This thing tell me go to another planet. Sounds good to me. So if you think you didn't come to Krishna consciousness because of a book, you came to a person that got the book. And then he become your friend, and then you become very much attached to Krishna. But it's always a book in there somewhere. You see? So the book is the seed of the path that keep awareness. Some people, they don't even know that there's a whole spiritual world out there. There is a whole planetary system. There is demigods. There is an incredible path of Lord Chaitanya. They don't know Nrsingadev. The other day, I was telling my wife, if Nrsingadev was not in this world would be incomplete. Absolutely incomplete. I cannot imagine a world that Lord Nrsingadev is not there. He has such a presence that is quite amazing. No, I couldn't imagine that. No, it wouldn't exist. We wouldn't sing the prayers. We wouldn't see, it's impossible. So anyway, this is all part of our path. Okay, so Gopal Kumar path journey, it starts with a mantra. He got the Gopala mantra by a saint or a great devotee. And by faithfully chanting and sincerely following the instructions, he become empowered in his journey. So this is what we're doing here, right? This is our journey. So we have to focus on the goal of this journey, okay? We focus in the relationship of Krishna we want to have and perfect it by going and teaching people about Krishna consciousness. This is the relationship of the gopis. This is like totally Madhura Ras, it is sweet. because the gopis, what they do, they bring the new devotee to Krishna. This is a great, they're not envious, this girl, she's gonna take Krishna from me. No, Krishna danced with what, 16,000, 108, gopis, there's one Krishna for everybody. There's Krishna for everybody. Actually, it's in the heart of all these devotees, all the living entities. There's not lack of Krishna. It's lack of our understanding of Krishna. That's true. You see, that is the lack. But Krishna is ever, and he likes to manifest to our heart, give little hints. This is all part of it's called the marks of our journey. You see, like a journey has like kilometers. You are 100 kilometers, he's 150 kilometers, this is 200 kilometers. So Krishna is giving you marks, your relationship with him is growing, but it's growing faster if you become a teacher on his behalf. But you become a teacher because you love him, not to score points, because you love him. You have something beautiful and you want to share. Simple as that. Like Gopala Kumar. You see, he only becomes satisfied when finally he met Krishna in Goloka Vrindavan and he has that relationship. Then his soul was at rest. That is the goal, attained the goal right there. So we have our journey to Goloka. We are in the path. Lord Chaitanya is very merciful. And I can tell you that I don't know if I could be in this path if it was not for Lord Chaitanya. I'm very grateful for Lord Chaitanya. Because of Lord Chaitanya, we can understand Radha and Krishna. Okay? We can understand Radha and Krishna. Otherwise, we could not be able to understand without offensive thoughts, without twisting the meaning of their relationship. Because people that don't have Lord Chaitanya, they imagine things with Radha and Krishna in different ways that it doesn't bring the right result in the heart of the devotee. Lord Chaitanya is giving the right perspective in the Vaishnavacharyas. So we have a beautiful journey and we're together. It's beautiful. It's like a whole highway. We're all going together. Okay? And this is the process. Journeying to Goloka. You see, next stop, Goloka Vrindavan. And that's how we're going to make this. So I take now some time to take questions from you. Okay, so let's have some questions, and I know you're all very busy, you students, I don't want to go over the time. So I thank you for all being here. Let me see here. What do we have? We have 12, okay. For being here, my usual suspects. And thank you so much. Remember, next Wednesday, Harisari is coming. If you can put something, see in the back wall, welcome, Harisari, some gratefulness, because part of this journey also is to get the blessings of the senior devotees and the Vaishnavas. Because once you're blessed, you have a smooth sailing. You see, just like Narada Muni, he ate the remnants of the sages. His mother was serving the sages, and he as a kid is hanging around the kitchen with the sages. You know how the kids are. What about this? What about that? And they pat the kid in the back, in the head, and he ate the remnants of the sage. He become transformed and become what it is, Narada Muni. You see, by that association, by that mercy, you see, by that compassion. Okay, so we look for the blessings of the devotees. There is a song that says, by your mercy is all I'm made of. I'm made of your mercy. This Vaishnava, he's supplicating for his guru. I'm made by your mercy. Your mercy is all I'm made of. You see? So that is the blessing of the devotees. We're living for the blessings. You see, if you think we're too important, you can manufacture your own blessings, So how's that good? You see, it's by the Vaishnavas, mercy that we, make progressive advancement in devotional service. We catch them attention. And when a Vaishnava blessing us, Krishna is in there. He's seeing this. And he fulfilled that blessing to the devotee that's receiving that blessing. Okay? So and that not only the blessings, but it's our gratitude that he left a body of work that is a personal association to the Prabhupada. This book will be good, 200 years from now. What do you think people are gonna go and get any information? They'll treat this book like gold. You see, this information like gold. It's beautiful. Okay, so let's be grateful to this devotee that took upon himself to do this. Sometimes I see him, he's alone, he's doing this book. We have this Sunday feast, in Mayapur, that is in the Gihasta Park, that is this park. So Sunday, now in the winter time, we're gonna have it. So we all go there they sell stuff, somebody's selling food, and one guy selling pizza, cloth. So many devotees go there and sell this stuff, right? It's big, a lot of people. So he is there, he has a little table. He has his transcendental diaries, the volumes are there, he's standing there, he's looking for somebody to come, Many times I talk to him, my wife talked to him, she's there alone. So I like to inspire him. It's a kind of a great gratitude for gratitude for what he has done, for the good works he's done. We have here a question. This is an interesting question. Okay. This question is, what size of the soul? Is some curious question. That is given in the Bhagavad Gita or Srimad Bhagavatam, is 1/10,000 of the tip of the hair. So you take your hair, you take that tip, how much real estate in the tip of your hair? Okay, you divide that by 10,000. One is the size of the soul. Okay, I had a mathematician, a friend of mine, said, well, why don't you calculate that? So he figured, well, the soul has so many, a micron or something, the hair, you divide by 10,000, this would be turns out to be 6-7 nanometers or something. So a nanometer is 1/100000th of a meter. The super soul size. Well, I can tell you something. The super soul size would be the size of the whole universe, because first of all, when there is Karuna Daksai Vishnu, the soul enters the whole universe, you see? And then the living entities come, and the super soul enters in the heart of each living entity. Now, the super soul, I don't think it has a set size, because it can enter in the, in this Brahmananda, this whole universe. The universe is like an egg. That's many. So this universe, it enters in the whole universe, and the universe starts to develop. And then each living entity enters in the heart. So the super soul size is the size that can be, modified at the will of the Lord. We cannot do that, our soul, but the Lord can. See, why you are asking? It's because you're feeling a little tightness. You are tied together with the super soul inside your heart, and super soul is a little bigger. It's pushing you out. What is it? Hare Krishna. So, any questions regarding this journey? Okay, do you think it is important to know the goal of the journey? I'm asking you, and to know properly the goal of the journey. Because if you do not know the goal of the journey, you may get to a place and you think, well, this is the end of the journey, and you didn't complete your assigned task. You see, you think, you're going from Calcutta to Delhi, you stop in what is that, Patna, and you think, okay, that is the end of my journey here. No, but it's not Delhi yet. It's just halfway through. You see, no, Patna is not Delhi. So you should make sure that you know your destination. And the destination is not a place. It's actually is a relationship with the Supreme Lord. In this case, Gopal Kumar, he has a Sakya relationship with the Lord. He was a cowboy boy. He wants to have that scenery, the scenery, of the cowboy boys. Okay, so let's have one more question. We can all close it up. Okay. Okay, this is a very good question. How we manage our material friends. Let's make sure I get it completely correct in here. Hold on. How can we manage material friends in our life while practicing spirituality? You see, well, the thing I can tell you is that, like Krishna says in the Bhagavad Gita, as you reciprocate with me, I reward you accordingly. Correct? Right? As you reciprocate with me, I reward you accordingly. Now, when you have materialistic friends, you reciprocate accordingly. You see, you just maintain that material platform, which is for your business, for your interactions. You don't give a heart to that relationship. You see, you give a friendship on the material platform, of course, just enough, and maybe you make them aware you are a devotee, you work in a certain way, you eating in a certain way, you don't participate in certain activities that they feel like they enjoy very much, like drinking alcohol, smoking, different kinds of things, and have this false happiness, and things that don't really, after a devotee, don't feel very much attracted to this false happiness, and silly, association. Naturally, we don't have to force ourselves, but it's a natural thing. So you are circumspect. This is the word. Circumspect. You just stay in your position, and you deal with them like they deal with you, without the silliness, without all the, all the things that they bring to the. Sometimes you just stand in a position. If they get too much, leave the place, and just go, breathe some. I'm talking this probably like the business meetings, or sometimes the company said, oh, we're gonna have a meeting here, or we have like a party, and there's some food, all these things, and there's drinking, all these things. Generally, the devotee, you look, what is the cheese? What is the clean bread? We take cheese and bread. You know how much cheese and bread I took, when I used to work for a company in America. I was like the cheese and bread Maharaj. That's all I could eat, sometimes a little green salad or something, good pick here and there, make sure they don't have eggs, in the same plate, everything. It's the austerity of the devotee, We'll never complain because we always have prasad at home, like that, so, but, just to make a little, I'm eating too, otherwise, you don't eat, you don't, then people start to look at you like, who is this weirdo, No, there's no weirdo here. The weirdo are those that are doing all this silly stuff, and we are the adults in the room. So you deal with them with, you reciprocate accordingly. Is that the material platform? You give the material platform that they require to communicate with you. But, you're not extra happy, you're not extra sad, nothing. It's like, like this, it's like that. Finish. No, makes sense? Good? Yeah. And we keep a guard, you see, because in the nectar of devotion, it said we should, get away from material association. So, but get away from material association, what exactly means you accept them in your heart. So they come here and they spout some nonsense. Oh, wow, no, yeah, that's true. You accept in your heart that thing. That is not the association we're looking for. So sometimes we're dealing with the karmas and they spout some crazy, philosophy or something. We go, we let it go, man. This is not the time to get a philosophical debate. Maybe it's your boss or something. You just let it go. And, in the other time, you can slowly put it up, what you think should be the proper understanding of what is spouting there, whatever it is, you see? And we keep our garden up all the time. Don't let this, distract your heart from your goal. Like Gopal Kumar, don't let even the celestial world that is allurements, don't let this distract him. This material world that's allurements, don't let that distract us. Particularly the people who deal with them, like the business, like the school, and the students, they are sometimes very, what do you call? They're very tough, We like to get the peer, goodness, the approval. We want my peers to approve of us. No, it's said, a philosopher said, no man is an island. Women too. No man is an island. Nobody can just be by themselves, unless, of course, you have some knowledge. You really don't care, if there's people around you, there is no people around you. You satisfy in, Atmarama, in a sense. Every devotee is a little bit of Atmarama. He's self-satisfied. Because, any problem, they can sit, chant the holy name. He doesn't have to have your job, he can have your beads, in your, how do you call it? You can have your clicker, it's in the pocket, don't attract too many attention. You're reserved, circumspect, you see? And you don't try to attract an attention that cause them to, to deride you or make fun of you, or, you don't want that's bad for them. For us, we're not this body, what they can say. But for them, they make offense. And then the journey become difficult for them. Okay? Is that good? Neha, you asked the question, right? It was good?
Yes, Prabhuji, thank you so much.
Okay, so here is how to remain steady in the journey to Godhead without being disturbed. Okay, I want to say something here that may shock you. The disturbance is part of the journey to be steady. See, because to be steady, you have to learn to overcome things that come your way. And in the material world, there's always, actually today I was thinking this, because the material world, I was thinking in maintenance. You see, I was thinking maintenance. Okay, we all live in our rooms, our house. We see our parents' house. We see buildings, school where we study. Things need maintenance. Painting from time to time, some pipe work, some new construction here. You see, we have to maintain things in the material world. And that means there's obstruction. When something breaks down, it's a kind of obstruction. Part of a service you cannot do. It's like the lift breaks, you cannot take the lift, have to go upstairs, So, it's kind of annoying, and things, the stove breaks down, how are you going to cook, and the light burns, you have to change the light. You have to maintain things, clean things. That's why Lord Vishnu is in charge of the maintenance, because to create is easy, to destroy very easy too. To maintain things, that's the problemo. You see, that is the problemo. And because maintaining things reveals resourcefulness, intelligence, competence, you see, and these things are very good for your devotional service, to overcome obstacles that come in your path. Think, for example, Srila Prabhupada, one time somewhere he was walking and a cow came and gored him, with the horn. Prabhupada think it was bad breathing for a while, It's tough, man. See, so that is, you cannot expect to go through life without having disturbances. Just like, most of the days are clear days. Sometimes there's rain, sometimes there's thunderbolts, wind, terrible. It's like that in the material world. You should not just be afraid of disturbance, you should be prepared. That is our motto. We should be prepared. So prepare means we have a resilience mentality. You are not easily affected by how the material things don't turn out to be the way you want to be. Oh, the bus late, or I missed the bus, or the car has a flat tire. You see, all kinds of things can come your way. How to deal with this? By resilience, by intelligence, by competence. You see, you overcome these things. Sometimes I remember we were in Sankirtan, and we have this, what is the Mahindra bus? We're going somewhere. This was somewhere in Assam. And we're in the middle of nowhere. You see, that sometimes the roads between two cities, they just only farmlands around. So I was with my god brother, Durgamadas, fantastic devotee. Okay. So we had not one flat tires. This is India, right? We got two flat tires at the same time. So that is a problem. So he somehow, I don't know, for the stress or something, he went to we call like a corkscrew, like, he was like ranting, complaining, his hands are up and down. Oh my God, this and that. And I took his own way of doing things, because when there was problem, they say, okay, what's next? We do this. See, so I immediately, hey, focus. What next? What we can do now? Because all your wailing and crying, that's not going to help us. Okay, I take this tire. You stay here. I go to the, find a hitchhike somewhere. I get the guy to fix one tire. We change. And try to get the other tire fixed, or bring the guy with the tire comes in here. Anyway, we fix it. We got out of the situation. But if you don't have resilience, if you don't have strength to overcome, we sit and cry. And then how we're going to overcome your obstacles? And the resilience comes by determination in devotional service. You determine it. And that determination comes when you go and distribute books. you definitely develop resilience because everything's against you. You become very strong. You become resilient. You become determined. You see, you don't take no for an answer. You see, so this is how you overcome our obstacles. You have to be strong, and you be strong by being a good teacher, and don't take no for an answer. Any other question? Oh, I have it here. Wait, let me see. Everyone, okay, hold on. I heard we can do Ekadasi for others. What is the process, Prabhuji, and from whom we can do Ekadasi? You cannot do only Ekadasi, you can do chanting also. I want to chant one round for my father who passed away 2 years ago, for my mother. When I go to Ganges and I do my Gayatri there, I offer water to Ganges, to my parents, for my siblings, my own family. You see, it's called blessing. And we are in the business of blessing. We are in the business of blessing. So you chant around for the people you love. For sometimes you pray for the super soul or in the heart of that individual to illuminate that individual, and he is more awakening in the heart in Krishna consciousness. You see that he becomes more knowledgeable of Krishna consciousness due to their prayers. It works. It's called radiation. See, radiation works. The sun affects things in the earth. By his radiation, we can also affect the radiation of Krishna consciousness. Is that good? Hare Krishna. Who asked that question? Krishna Bandhu. Okay. Yes, you can do Ekadasi. You do Ekadasi because you love Krishna. And when Prabhupada gave this process to us, and the Ekadasi is a beautiful thing when you do with the devotees. Now it's going to be like the Damodar. It's going to start in here now in a few days, 1 month, and then there's Pancha Bhishmaka. In Mayapur, I don't know if I'll be able to make. And I did all the years, previous. We did 5 days. We all fast together. We go morning, and then we have lunch together. We have this incredible roots, potato, no salt. No, I think we can have salt. Yeah, no sugar. We can have potato. The salt is especially Malaya salt. It's all a little reddish, and then you have all these roots. Sweet potato, lots of peanuts. Fruits. We do our Bhisma Panchaka. If you can do it, nice for you. See, and you can do it. You can say, I'm doing for me, and I'm doing this also for my family. I'm doing for my mama, my papa, that, they become, blessed by the Krishna consciousness, by Lord Chaitanya's mercy. It's a nice thing. Like I say, we're in the business of blessing. When we went to South India, and we went 5 or 6 times to South India, each time we did a deity, the Panchatattva, right? Lord Gauranga, Nityananda, Gadadhar, Advaita, right? And Srivas. So we go down there by train and we take Jananivas and Pankajangri. These are the 2 pujaris in Mayapur. Unfortunately, one of them is not there anymore. Pankajangri left us, but Jananivas is still with us. So we used to take both brothers, and me and Ganga, we are the logistical, we do the logistics, in the whole program, arranging things, hotels and cars and whatever it is that has to get done. So we used to call the both brothers the blessing. We're going that somebody invite for a program, so we would take the blessing machine to go there, and they would bless the whole situation, and give the blessings to the people, and give a little bit of a talk and give a prasad, they offer them. Okay, so, I got the. Thank you so much, you all. You keep asking, I keep answering, thank you for answer, Prabhuji. All right, with your permission, thank you so much. Don't forget next Wednesday, okay? And then we'll try to do something here in the back wall for you, okay? I thank you all.